And let me maybe start with where this whole idea around SNEAKA 2.0 came from. That conversation we had back in 2020 around continuing to make product together was definitely the start of the inspiration as I returned to my role at Reebok. Back in 2023, we put a post out acknowledging his passing. To date, that has been the most engaged post that we've put out. There were lots of calls for the re-release of the SNEAKA. I engaged Nadia, ran the idea past Nadia. She thought it was a fantastic idea. She then connected me with Lynn, and the conversation started. I met with Lynn in Sandton, and we started talking around the potential of a SNEAKA 2.0, with the understanding that it was not for profit.
I'm just thinking back to that first conversation because I remember PJ called me and he said, you know, he would like to, can't remember, was it a text, but we then met in Sandton just over coffee. And firstly, it was just really good to see PJ because we've been to Boston together and I got to know him that way. And he said, we really want to do this for one reason only, and it's to celebrate Kiernan. And that for me was beautiful. This is not a commercial thing for Reebok. I know for a fact that Kiernan was good with Reebok by the time we lost him. I know that, and because he spoke to me about that, Kiernan would have wanted to do this. I believe that.
We're donating a portion of it to the Kiernan Forbes Foundation and then a portion to Cairo to ensure that, you know, his legacy lives on with a donation through the Forbes Foundation, and that his daughter Cairo is taken care of as well. Knowing the personality that he was, he would have insisted that we donated all of the profits of the 2.0 drop. So, you know, and we're happy to honor that and happy to follow through on that. All of this has been done with the right intention and in the right spirit. And yeah, might be seen as controversial to some, but, you know, we always go back to the spirit and the intention behind why we're doing this.
Probably not everything that goes to Kiernan will go to Cairo. We also want to take some of that and spend it as part of the foundation's work. So we have some projects in mind. It's really focused on doing good and making a contribution in the society and community in which we live.
It's important to continue what Kiernan intended from his side for the causes that he supported without people knowing about it. And I can remember shortly after Kiernan passed, somebody sent me a message, a mom, and she said that a child of hers needed a heart transplant or a heart operation, and Kiernan paid for that, and nobody ever knew about that. Kiernan was very passionate about education. He was very patriotic about issues in South Africa and just as a country. But outside of South Africa, Kiernan was really there for the continent in terms of Africa as a whole. He never went onto social media with things like that. So I think what I'm trying to say is those are the things that we want to continue.
The family and I have always had this conversation about continuing his legacy or preserving what he had done. And I think what's powerful in this moment is that you're not creating something new to continue his legacy. His legacy is powerful. It cannot be unwritten. And you don't have to do anything more to preserve what he had already done while he was still with us. But when it comes to the SNEAKA, it's so special because it's something he was involved in when he was still here. It's a part of him. It's a part of his creativity. So for this to come back, I think is the most fitting way for us to do something that has to do with him after his passing, but still it feels very much him. It's not like we're trying to think for him or be in his shoes or imagine what he would have done. He's already done this. It coming back is special and monumental because it's a legacy that we're elongating. We're not trying to preserve it by creating new things. And I think there's power in that. It feels like a part of him is coming back for us all to be able to have a piece of it. Because when he dropped the first one, everyone went and bought that shoe because they felt they had a piece of him. It was something, it's like his love letter to his fans. and it's an extension of him. So for the SNEAKA 2.0, it's just an extension of something he'd already done, which is amazing.
That speaks to who Kiernan was, and it speaks to a legacy that shows an example to others that, it's possible. I can have my own shoe, I can have my own song, I can have a Grammy, I can be a superstar. A big part of his legacy is a legacy of inspiration.
The things that I learned the most from him, there's a level of confidence that you need to be the best. He created the persona, but he was always able to detach from the persona.
Came out! Come on, you're rocking Reebok. You brought in your heart.
If you listen from his very first song to his very last drop on Mass Country, he spoke about exactly what is happening in his life at every single period, Every single period in his life, there's a song for it, then it was about that person he was dating at the time, it was about what is happening in that moment, what is gonna happen the next week, and what he was going through all the time. So listen to the music, it's all there. It's all in the music. It's all in the music. It's right there. That was him.
I was sitting there just reflecting on the day and just missing him and thinking how he is here, but he is not with us. And really this moment is about celebrating him and Reebok wanting to celebrate him. And I was reflecting on yesterday, I think after last night, I was sitting there sipping on my cider, just thinking, he's not here, and this would have been such a proud moment for him.
Okay, over and out.